The Grand Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Marcus Webb stood before the assembled representatives of 300 civilizations. The vaulted hall, carved from a single crystalline asteroid, had witnessed 10,000 years of diplomatic tradition. Never in all that time had any species refused the tribute. High Chancellor Vornax, his 6 eyes gleaming with ancient authority, delivered the proclamation in a voice that had made empires kneel. Humanity, as the newest member species, you shall provide the tribute as all before you have done. 5% of your annual production. 10 million of your youth for the labor corps. Technological patents for council review. This is the price of galactic citizenship. This is how it has always been. Around the chamber, alien heads nodded, some with sympathy, others with satisfaction. The tribute had broken proud species before. The Voltorians had submitted. The warrior clans of Draka, 7 had bent their knees. Even the cybernetic collective had paid the price. Marcus looked at the document before him, its terms written in the flowing script of 100 languages. Behind him, transmitted across quantum channels, 4 billion humans watched and waited. Earth's nations had debated for weeks. Some urged compliance. Others demanded defiance. In the end, they had reached consensus. The ambassador picked up the stylus, and for a moment, the council members relaxed. Another species had learned their place in the cosmic order. Then Marcus set the stylus down. Ambassador Webb, Vornax's voice carried warning. You must sign. Refusal means expulsion from council space. Trade embargoes. Military isolation. No species has ever survived alone against the galaxy. Marcus straightened his suit jacket and looked directly at the High Chancellor. When he spoke, his voice was calm, clear, and carried the weight of a species that had climbed from caves to stars on sheer stubborn will. No. The single syllable echoed through the chamber like a thunderclap. Vornax's translator implant flickered, as if unsure it had processed correctly. You refuse? No, Marcus repeated, and this time he smiled, a predator's smile that made several delegates instinctively reach for personal shields. We will not pay tribute. We will not submit our children to your labor corps. We will not hand over our technology. And if you attempt to enforce this through military means, you will discover why humanity spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of war before we ever left our atmosphere. The chamber erupted in chaos. Representatives shouted in a dozen languages. Security forces moved toward the human delegation. Marcus raised his hand, and holographic displays activated around him, images of humanity's arsenal, carefully concealed during their entry into council space. Antimatter warheads. Relativistic kinetic weapons. Viral AI countermeasures. Nanotech swarms. Biological agents that could be tailored to any DNA structure. We came to the stars hoping to find friends, Marcus continued. Instead, we found slavers hiding behind bureaucracy. So here's humanity's counteroffer: we will trade as equals, ally with honor, and defend those who cannot defend themselves. But we will never, ever kneel. He turned and walked toward the exit, his delegation following. At the doorway, he paused. The tribute system ends today. Any species that wishes to stand with us is welcome. Any that stands against us. He let the silence finish the sentence. Behind him, 3 junior delegates from species he'd never heard of quietly stood and followed the humans out. It was a small beginning. But it was a beginning.